Welcome to another How I Do, and this time it's going to be the Nightmare of Ashihama. So the Nightmare of Ashihama is a combat level 814 otherworldly nightmare, I guess is what she's technically classified as. The weakness is Crush. She has a plus 40 Crush defense bonus, which is pretty low comparative to other stats, which are around 150 to 180. She does have all three attack styles available to her: Mage, Melee, which will be a slash, look at those claws, and Range, all of which do pretty good damage. She does have also some special attacks where she rushes through you, which we can show in the live video of it. She does have parasites that she will blow out of her that will go into you. Those will grow and burst out of you, and then they will heal her. So I guess that can technically be classified as a special attack as well. And then she has husks that lock you in place, and they will just kind of hit you. They're easy to kill, they're more so annoying. She also has spores. Spores will usually spawn on the third phase. If you walk near it or another player walks near it, they will become infected. If they walk near you, you will become infected. Those take away your ability to run, which doesn't seem like much, but it is kind of bad when she rushes. I'll show the rush so you know what I'm talking about, but she's a 5x5 monster, and if you can only walk, getting out of the 5x5 space is kind of difficult. And if she does that, she'll deal up to 50 to 60 damage. Um, there's also some black spores or black little pools that will spawn, and those will deal up to about 40 damage, if not more. I guess another one would be the sleepwalkers. They walk towards her. If you don't kill them before they get there, then she will absorb them. And from my calculations, which this is just preliminary, uh, each one of them will do 3.75 damage to you. So she absorbs the sleepwalker, it gives her power, and then she rains down that attack. Um, from what I can tell, that attack will hit you 3.75 per person. But I mean, I could be completely wrong. This is very preliminary. I'm just trying to show you how to get your first kill, and I'm sure there will be better ways that come out down the road. So that's the quick overview of the boss. Let's jump into how we get there. So the first way to get there would be the ectophile, and you can use that to get to the ectofuntus. You can board the rowboat just to the north. I think his name is Andra or something like that. I don't use this method, but 10,000 coins per time. He will row you down to this dock down there, and it requires, like I said, 10,000 coins per use, which is whatever, not a big deal, but that's an inventory spot gone. From there, it's just a quick little run up to the village of Sleep or Slep, something like that, and there is a staircasing that goes downstairs right in front of the graves. The second way to get there, which is the one that I use, is the Draken's Medallion. That's from a Taste of Hope quest. It has unlimited teleports to Ver Sinhaza, which is a city that the Tomb of Blood, Theater of Blood, is in. There's a bank in the city, so I like to teleport to house, recharge, grab my medallion, teleport to the bank, restock, and then run to Slep to go down again. So this is the method that I prefer. I use this over the other one as I think it's a little bit more efficient, and it has um, obviously more inventory spot because I'm not wasting that money on the boat. Let's get into what to wear. So you want to maximize your DPS. She is such a strong monster that she's going to hit you pretty much regardless. You can flick your prayers correctly, and that will mitigate most of the damage. But like I said, it's just an 814 boss. It's gonna hit you. So for the helmet, I like to wear the face guard. That seems to be the best in slot. I like to use Rada's Blessing as it gives the prayer bonus. I wear a Torture Ami. I also wear my Fire Cape, whatever, it's the same thing. The best in slot weapon is the Scythe. That's very costly to use, and I realize that some people may not have that. I actually use the Bludgeon, because once the boss came out, prices went crazy, and I did not sell my Twisted Bow in time, and it dropped quite a bit. I like my Twisted Bow, and I'd rather keep it anyways, so I'm not going to sell my Twisted Bow to buy the Scythe. But that is the best in slot. The next will be the Bludgeon. For the chest and the I guess legs and body, I wear Bando Tacit and Bando's chestplate. For the gloves, you can wear Barrows or the Ferocious gloves, which are the best in slot gloves. I like Ferocious, but If you don't want to spend the 767 mil, whatever it is, then Bandos is fine. For the boots, I like my Primordials. For the ring, I use a Zerker ring imbued, and I think that covers about what to wear. Alternatives to this, obviously D boots, torso, Fury, Barrow's gloves, like I said, the Myths Guild cape that has a crush bonus, the what's that? Dwarven helmet that has a crush bonus, but this is kind of the best that you can get, and this is what I would recommend wearing. Obviously, you can change out what you have and what's available to you. I also bring a mage switch, which we will get into in a second. So here's the gear setup that I run with. Um, Goes pretty good. You don't take too much damage. I do carry an arcane and a trident of the swamps for a switch when the pillars are up. The pillars are weak to magic, so it's easier to switch to this and mage them. I also do carry a blood barrage in case one of the scythes misses on the sleepwalkers, which we'll get into in a little bit. So this is kind of what I take. My inventory. Let me bank this stuff real quick. So I keep that with this. Pretty much all the 2200 worlds that I'm playing in right now are taken. So there's like 80 people every time. I don't have the scythe. I haven't sold my twisted bow because I don't really want to. So this is kind of what I run with. I use the bludgeon, which is the best, or second best in slot currently. So I use the bludgeon, and then I take 6 brews, I take 4 restores, I take 2 super combat potions, and I take the rest sharks. I do have a construction cape with me. I was wearing my max cape, but it kept, if I got like red barred, it would telling me out, so you probably don't want to do that, because you can still tick eat with this and eat up. So I bring a construction cape, and I do bring blood barrage runes. So there's the gear, that's the inventory. So once you tele to your house, I'll do like a quick little run through here. You want to have at least 1 dose of stamina potion with you. So tele to my house after the kill, hypothetically. You're gonna want a pool. The pool is the quickest way to restore your stats. So I drink from my pool, and then I teleport to Castle Wars. I bank there real quick if I want to. I also keep this in my bank. If you die, it is not considered a safe death, so as far as hardcores go, you will lose your hardcore status, but it is safe in the terms that you will get to keep your items. So you can go buy them back, but it's 60k. If you have this on you, that will go into that chest, and you can't get it back out. So I keep it in the bank so that I don't have to keep on doing that. So I tell the Castle Wars, I grab this and tele here, and I do my banking right here. So once you get to this bank, we are right here. You need to run over to this dungeon. Okay, that's good. So you want to drink a dose of stamina potion. If you start from 100, you will end on 73 run energy when you get there. This is where you will come if you take the boat from the Ectophuntus. Andros will take you right here, and then from here you just continue to run to the north. So right in front of these graves, there is a stairway. You're going to climb down that staircase. To the east, there's a way to go. There's a way this way, but this is the way you're going to go. This one takes you all the way over to here. So we're just going to run down to here and right around. It's pretty self-explanatory because there's only kind of realistically one way to go, and you'll end up coming to this massive arena. So once you're coming up here, you need to talk to this sister. Can't remember her name. She'll show up in a second here. Well, I guess that's technically sister something. So Shura is who you're going to talk to. And she will give you access into here and let you know a little bit about it. And tell you that it's not safe. If you do die, you'll lose your hardcore, as I've said before. But she will have your items. So 60,000 coins each death, but she will have them for you. This is the Nightmare, level 814. This stance right here means that she is currently in a fight. You can inspect, and that will tell you that there are 75 adventurers in the dream. If you try to go in, it says that you cannot go in because they're not done fighting. These little things underneath of her actually tell you what phase the current fight is on. Not sure what client you guys use, but I do use RuneLight. And as you can see on the minimap, there's a lot of people around me, but here there's no one. So I do go ahead and I turn on the entity hider, and that does not show them because it's a little bit easier to do the rest of this fight if there's no one around you, because 75 people with prayers on is pretty difficult. So this right here means that she is allowing to have people come in. We have 20 seconds, and it only takes 80 people, so sometimes we don't get to go in. There we go, we made it in actually. So I will show you the phases so that you know next time. So she is waking up right now. So I like to drop one shark, and then you'll pot up. Make sure you're playing Piety and Mage. And you can see there's her melee swipe attack. If you're in front or behind, you will take damage. So there is a range attack. So when she does this little twist, 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 range is coming. These black pools jump up and will hit you 40s. We'll talk about all this more in depth. I'm just going through a quick run through right now, so you can get the initial part done. So once these pop up, yeah, a scythe will take all of them out. I don't have that, so I can try to help the team by using blood barrage. Okay, so she's still throwing range. Now she has done on her first phase. The Nightmare has 2,400 points left. The only way to technically damage her is by charging these totems. So there's a totem in each corner. Once the totem is full, you can no longer attack it, but you can mage it. So there's the first hit. Now switch back to your, what do you call that? Piety. And now get ready for the Sleepwalkers. So yeah, Scythe take them out in one hit. That's why you're seeing them drop. You can't see them on the screen because I have the entity hider on. But they just stand next to it. After the first phase goes down, she will spawn those. There's another range attack. Let's see if I can zoom in. So that's a mage attack. She'll spin around and throw some red stuff at you. Not quite sure what it is. So those are her impregnating parasites. Ooh, I got melee right there. You want to make sure you stay off of these. With the amount of people around here, if you do not have entity hider on, you will get smoked by them because you just physically can't see them. So these parasites will heal the boss. It is inquisitive that you get rid of them as soon as possible. This is a prayer switcher. She shuffles your prayers, which means they just moved ahead one tick. So your, I mean not one tick, but your magic is now your range. Whoops, I got talking and didn't see what the hell I was doing. So Nightmare's at 16 out of 2,400. We've charged this one. There goes the hit. There's another 800 down. One more phase to go. So on this phase, she can, obviously she's going to spawn these, but she's also going to potentially spawn to one of these corners and rush through you. She does that. It's kind of hard to avoid. It can be done. It's, you know, it's not hard, but if she does hit you, it will hurt very badly. So you just need to keep an eye on that. So there's a range attack. Another range attack. Another range attack. So hopefully you guys can get a good grasp of what she's actually doing. So now she's dropping down. She's going to rush through. So I even kind of got out of it, but I still took damage. And it's, it's kind of frustrating, but there's nothing you can really do about it. So you want to get off those. Those do hit 40s, 50s, something like that. Alright, so we're almost done. She's still throwing range. Alright, switch. Whoops. So these spores, so the Nightmare's infection is passed on to you. So that's kind of like raids, if you remember. Nope, just got the kill. I'll talk about that in a second. We got a prayer potion. Awesome. So in raids, if you get hit with fire, I guess Chamber of Xerix, if you get hit with fire, you can pass that on to other people and infect them with the fire. It's kind of the same in here. If one of the players in here steps near that spore, it'll explode, causing them to be infected. If they walk near you, the Nightmare's infection has been passed onto you, making you feel drowsy. If you are drowsy, you cannot run. Doesn't seem like, whatever. But when she does her power up and tries to sprint through you and you can only walk, and she's a 5x5 boss, you can see where I'm going with this. So it's it's hard to coordinate 80 people, but if you could, it would help a lot to just stay away from oops, stay away from that aspect of it. But what are you gonna do? So this 4x4 quadrant she creates, if you're not within this box of Nightmare Blossoms, you will take consistent damage like I just did right there. Um, and the only way to avoid it is by getting in this square. If you're in any other square, you will take 4s and 5s every tick or so. So definitely want to avoid that. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do is go over there. Alright, so that phase is done. Now we've got Sleepwalkers. And it I try to help, I really do, but the scythe is just so OP here, and I'm pretty sure the price is quite inflated right now, so there's no real point of buying it. I have the twisted bow, and that's gone down like 80 mil already today, so we're gonna rock regular with an abyssal bludgeon. So there's another range attack that you can see there. I got talking, so I wasn't flicking. So there's her impregnating thing. It'll tell you down here if you get hit with it. If you do get hit by that attack, you need to pay attention to your hit points, because once the parasite grows inside of you and gets big enough, it will explode out of you, and that hits. It can hit up to 50 to 60. There's nothing you can really do about it. It just not that I know of, I guess I should say. Whoops, I'm not paying attention. So you just need to keep your HP up because it's going to hit you at 50 or 60 no matter what. And that can kill you if you're not paying attention. Whoops, got the wrong prayers on because she shuffled our prayers. It's hard to commentate live and do this at the same time. Hopefully you guys can respect that fact. Alright, we got more Sleepwalkers, and they are all dead. Now, I guess I should talk about these Sleepwalkers and what they do. So as you can see, I just got hit a 5. If you do not kill all the Sleepwalkers around here, and they get to the Nightmare powers up based on the dreams or whatever of the Sleepwalkers, which you can see over here. From what I can tell, each Nightmare or Sleepwalker, if she absorbs that Sleepwalker, will absorb about 3.5 damage that will be reciprocated onto you. So she's going to rush through me, and I'm going to get hit because I'm an idiot. Back to what I was saying before. Oh my word, why am I so bad at this right now? Prayer's gone. This is just the scuffedest kill in the world. That's it, guide's over. Alright, so the Sleepwalkers will walk in. If she absorbs them, she will take 3.75 damage, the best that I can tell, and that will reciprocate onto you. Alright, so those spores spawned on me. I can't really do anything about that. And now I'm infected and I cannot run. So if no one around here, like I was in some early raids that people didn't really understand what was going on, and everyone got hit like 60s, and there wasn't really anything we could do about it. So you need to kill the Sleepwalkers. If you do, you will get hit a 5, and that's it. So there's another kill. We're going to tell you out of here because I don't have any food because I was not paying attention. So you tell each of your house. I like to run over here and have this really set on Castle Wars. Run over to Castle Wars, and you're just going to deposit this stuff. I have this set up here, and then you just need to grab that. Grab a stam, grab your Draken's medallion, teleport right here. Your bank is right there. And you just bank in right here. So I hope you found this guide useful, and I hope it helps you get your first kill. If you have any questions, pop into the CC. We're all doing it, and we can help you, and we'd be more than willing to do it with you. So I do hope this guide helped. I know it's pretty early, and there's probably going to be new stuff that comes out, and this is just the way that I do it. I'm sure there's plenty of other ways. I know the Sanguine ST staff is better than the Trident. I just don't have one, so this is what I'm using. I know the Scythe's better than the Bludgeon. But this is just kind of how I do it, and hopefully it does help you get your kill. If you have any other helpful hints, you can put them in the comments down below to help me and help anyone else that may be watching this video out. So I hope you guys get some armor pieces, the orb, the pet, the jar, something like that. And we will see you on another How I Do next time.
3, 2, 1.